Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Petroholics. On my right, I have the E92 M3 V8 petrol guzzling machine.
And on my left, I got the E46 M3, two beast German cars.
Today we're going to be reviewing both of them. So I'm going to get an opportunity to drive both cars. Graciano's going to get an opportunity to drive both cars. And then we're going to give our verdict on, if it was our own money, which one would we rather own?
It's going to be fun, guys.
Hope you enjoy it. Please introduce your car. What car are we looking at here?
Alright, so this is a individual spec BMW M3, otherwise known as Ruby, is what we like to call her amongst us lot. I went with VJ actually to go get the car in Scotland. It was a nice drive. Flew up in the morning, paid 25 grand, and then drove back for 8 hours. Of course, to speed limits.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 8 hours? It's normally a 12-hour journey.
Yeah, something like that,
Interesting.
Daylight. It's actually time difference, actually.
Right, so Mac, first question, is the car completely stock? If not, have you made modifications to it? And what power is it currently running?
Yes, my car's stock, for those who are wondering, if that's my insurance provider, yeah? No, but the car's not stock. It's actually just gone in. It's got a stage 2 remap done in it,
right,
by mod stock. Did the test pipes, back box been done as well. Got an Venturi intake in there. The GTS gearbox been updated, like, in terms of the actual mechanics at the moment. Yeah. And then of course there's just like parts to the carbon parts. So you got like the front splitters over there, the wing mirrors up here on top. Of course, these are now I've changed that to black as well. I think kind of what we went for was just a stealth kind of approach. Obviously, you got the carbon factory roof as well, and then on the rear diffuser, yeah. And then when you see on the back, of course, that you got the upgraded boot lip spoiler, and then of course I got the carbon tips as well, again courtesy of mod stock.
And would you mind popping the hood?
Yeah,
so
of course.
We can see?
So, as I was saying, at the moment, as it stands, I've only just got the Venturi intake as of now. The plenum's in consideration, not too much, 50-50 about it, but I think once it comes to that point where I really make an executive decision, then I know which way I'm going to go.
How expensive was this?
It was about 800 quid.
Good purchase?
Actually, shout out to my missus. She got that for me for my birthday.
Oh man, I don't know how you plugged that one, but you're a lucky guy.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it at the moment. So that's all the work that's done to it for now. There's still 3 more things left to go. You know, it's car guys. It's a horrible addiction that we have.
Awesome. So yeah, we very much look forward to driving your car, and this car sounds very special. We're going to show you in a sec. So Mac, one last question. Yeah. What power was this car running stock, and how much power is it running now?
So at stock, it hits about 420. The thing is, we are going. It's actually going to be a session on the There's actually going to be an episode on it as well. We are going to go for a dyno, because with the test pipes, the intake, the stage 2 remap, I would assume it would give me an extra 40 brake. Right. If I've been like.
So you're expecting it to be running about 460?
Yeah, 460, okay, thereabouts. That's what I would like to see.
So, E46 owner, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's VJ. This is my E46 M3 manual coupe in carbon black with a cinnamon interior.
Love it. So I haven't driven a manual in a long time, and I've never driven like a high horsepower manual. I don't think Graciano has either. So this is the car that we're actually most excited to drive. So would you like to give us a bit of a walk around?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a more or less stock car.
So you're Mr. OEM?
Yes, I try to keep it as OEM as possible. The only things it has is IVAC springs an E Venturi intake. Yeah, you can open the door.
And this interior, absolutely love.
Yes, it was probably the thing that made me buy the car the most.
Oh, and that smell of old leather. It's nothing like it. So you said you have a Venturi intake, right? E
Venturi intake.
Okay. Pop the hood in a second and...
It just sounds incredible. I didn't want to go full carbon airbox, but I think this did the job. And just changed the exhaust tips, but it's a stock exhaust on there.
Yeah.
Had it for about 2 years.
Right.
Not really anything more that I want to do to it. It's been mostly maintenance, taking care of it. Anything that needs to be replaced, replace it with OEM.
How much has it cost you, and you don't have to share this, to maintain this car? Has a lot gone wrong? Because you've owned it for a while.
Not a lot has gone wrong. Previous owner took care of it meticulously. Huge folder of all of the maintenance he did over 5 years. The only things I've had to do was a wheel speed sensor.
Right.
I say only, a new diff, and new drive shafts, but it's driving amazingly since then.
Yeah.
New wheels, they were meant to be fitted today, polished OEM wheels with Pilot Sport 4S's, but bad weather. So
the weather didn't really allow us to do what we wanted to do, right?
But otherwise, plan is keep it clean, take care of it.
So how much power is this car running right now?
I think from factory they were 330, 340.
Yeah.
I assume it's thereabouts.
I think it's there on the money, because when we're driving behind you, like literally, like we catch up to you, but like very, very slowly. So it's definitely still running that power, in my opinion.
But we'll have to do the Surrey rolling road soon.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And see what it's putting out.
Can you pop the hood so we can see the E Venturi? It's a common theme in both these cars, actually. I'll let you open it. I don't want to embarrass myself.
It may be a dirty engine bay. It is a dirty engine bay. Apologies. Pop the windows down when you're driving and you'll hear that a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you for introducing your car.
No problem at all.
As I said, this is actually the one that we most look forward to driving.
I'm glad.
Because the fact that it's manual and we've never driven a high horsepower manual car. And in terms of Mac's car, we're definitely super excited to hear it rev. That's the most exciting part. So thank you for introducing the car. And
enjoy the drive.
Let's kick into the review. I can't wait to drive this.
So guys, we're in the E46 M3 right now. We haven't started it yet. This is the first time I've just sat in this car, and first thing I can really say is just opening the doors, by the way, because the mechanical, it feels heavy, it feels mechanical, it feels perfect right now.
It feels like it can last 40 years.
Honestly, it can go another 40 for sure.
And that leather smell.
The owner has kept it basically pristine condition right now.
So this is VJ's car, if you guys remember, and he is Mr. OEM. He doesn't like to do too much to his car. He likes to keep it.
Which I respect a lot. I really do respect that. I haven't turned on yet. I can't wait to. I'm thinking we put the windows down when we do turn on.
Yeah.
I want to hear everything.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be my first time driving a manual car that has over 300 horsepower. Okay, boys, we're gonna start this car and see what it sounds like. It's already giving me a smile, I'm not gonna lie.
Raspy. You've been driving the car for about 5 minutes?
Yeah, about 5 minutes.
So give me a summary. What are your thoughts on the car so far? What's the gearbox like? We already obviously heard the engine and the exhaust, and it sounds very raspy, but like in a good way.
Very. It sounds, listen, it's a sound that now, in the future, well, not in the future, now you won't hear it again from a current car that just comes out this year. That sound is just, it has so much soul and like heart to it when you floor it through a straight road, and it's just raspy, it echoes around you. It's an amazing sound.
So is this the first M car that you've ever driven?
This is the first, no, this isn't my first M car. I drove an M6 a couple years back.
But how long did you drive that for?
For about a day.
Okay.
Now,
so you've driven a proper M car then?
I have driven it, but here's the thing. That car,
that's
personally,
a big car.
That car is a big car. It's like sitting in any big A6 or, you know, A8, like, you know, 4-doored car. They don't really feel any different. It's just it's more powerful. This car, it feels small. Even me being in it for 5 minutes, I'm getting more comfortable with it. I'm just gonna give it a bit of gas. Oh my goodness, the sound is too much. The thing is, yeah, the power this car has as well, because in my head it's like it's a 20-year-old car, right?
It still has all the horses.
I can't believe how much power it has. It came out in 2003 with this much power. This was the best car ever made when it came out.
So from passenger,
right?
Such a comfortable car.
You comfortable?
Like, it's obviously an M car, so you got, like, you know, stiffer suspension.
Yeah.
And I very much look forward to feeling the clutch and see how that feels like. But it just feels like a comfortable, well put together car.
Let's give it some power, boys.
That feels so good.
Oh my god.
That feels so much nicer than my car.
Another thing I want to say is just the interiors. For the age, the interior has actually aged very well.
Oh, this is.
Do you see what I mean?
This is lovely.
There's something to it. It doesn't feel as old as it really is. It doesn't feel like a 20-year-old car. Does that make sense?
It's still, like, from what I can tell, it still feels very, very tight.
Very
well put together.
The steering wheel is it feels planted, man. I feel like I can hit an apex if I wanted to. Again,
the thing is that you get that with any M car though. So, for example, I drive an M Lite, right? So an M2, it sounds more mean. It feels more mechanical. The suspension feels harder, firmer. You feel more planted to the ground. You have an LSD, so you have confidence to drift your car around.
Hold that thought, okay?
Never get bored of that sound. But yeah, so like these are expected things in it with an M3. But I'm surprised that you still get that planted feel.
Honestly,
although this car is like over 20 years old.
Just going through this little corner as well, just so nice. Regarding like utility and like, is it spacious? Like, can I see? Can I see everything around? I absolutely.
We're not reviewing that car yet. You hear the raspiness?
Oh,
we've got a serious Mercedes line.
oh my Lord Almighty, man! That sound is too much.
Wait.
Woo! Oh boy.
I'm not wearing the right shoes for this.
Stop wearing these damn shoes. How do you feel right now?
I feel like it's just another day in the office. See that? How that felt?
That was rough.
See that? That's how you switch. The brakes, just to let you guys know, like still work really well. They're just a little bit old.
They need replacing, yeah.
The pads look good. The discs look like they need changing. And the actual calipers, I think they just need a bit of a touch-up, basically, like touch-up paint. But this car, again, for its age, the way it feels, it doesn't feel like a 20-year-old car, let me tell you that.
No.
And again, it's my first time driving a good amount of power manual, and it absolutely feels amazing. I haven't got the right shoes for it. Basically, my shoes, pretend one pedal is here, one pedal is here, one pedal is here. My shoes literally are that wide.
Cover both.
So I have to drive my tiptoes. So I'm really struggling to be honest, but it's just, yeah, it's such an amazing gearbox. And that raspiness, man.
It's too much.
So you can daily this car.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a big problem with Mac's car, the E92, that I'm going to touch on.
We'll talk about that later.
When I'm speaking about his car. But look, I don't need to drive this car any longer for me to form my opinion on this car. It's light, it's nimble. The only concern that I would have if I were to buy this car is just maintenance costs. I've had experience of buying an old car. They're amazing as long as you keep them in check. And they are expensive to keep in check.
So how's the gearbox, by the way? How do you feel?
Just feel at home. You change at the right RPM in the right way. It's just like, it's effortless. It's just continuous power. There isn't like, you change gear, it isn't like that. It just feels continuous as long as like you're changing the gear in the right speed, the right sort of RPM. It's just, it's so amazing. Like, I can only imagine how people felt owning this car back when it came out. Like,
it was like ahead of its time. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And by the way, as a passenger, some stuff Kaz was talking about regarding like spacious and like it's actually kind of comfortable, kind of relaxed.
It's nowhere near as uncomfortable as we thought it was going to be. Number one, and number two, it's just really like planted and decently comfortable.
Do you like the heavy, like the steering feels heavy?
Yeah, I love that.
I kind of like that a lot. So I'm not gonna lie.
Like you feel the whole road.
Every like little grain on the road, basically, when you're going.
But again, as I say, like you expect this stuff with an M car. Like again, having said that, the newer cars, they tend to have electric steering, blah blah blah. You lose a lot of fuel. With these old boys, what is it? Power steering?
Yeah, I think no. Yeah,
it must be power steering.
It is. Power or hydraulic?
Right, boys, so we are in Mac's E92.
Oh, but what the sound! Oh my, yo!
Have you even heard anything, man?
I'm hearing it just grab. Oh.
Just have a fucking drift. This is the surprise.
Oh my!
I'm gonna start speaking in a second, but let me just take this in.
Oh my god! People are scared of this car. What? How's that? How's that? No. I just stop that, bro.
What the absolute fuck?
Bro.
That is just absolutely...
Is this what it's meant to? This is too much. Bro, I've never had a bigger smile in my life than now.
What the?
Oh! I think that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much, bro.
Oh my days.
Oh my god, man. Kaz, talk at least about this car.
I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry.
It's too much.
So basically,
oh my god.
Proper M car, like, sounds stupid. Feels proper planted.
This thing makes. It's a quick car. It's a very quick car, but I can't believe the sound this thing makes.
exhaust notes are ridiculous. Again, it feels comfortable, but planted. Just, what do I say?
My. Do you know what you feel cool driving this car?
So the best way to describe this car?
Not just two. It's so violent, bro. It's so aggressive. It's angry the whole time. There's no peace for this
I'm not
thing.
driving this anymore. I need to bring this back.
Oh! Every time you say you're gonna bring this back, I just listen.
Let me stop demo. Let's go. Jeez. So okay, let me just catch my breath. Sounds ridiculous, goes ridiculous, so planted. I'm trying to, okay, let me be real, yeah. Let me start comparing it to the other car. So they're actually quite similar in power. Like, this isn't ridiculously more powerful than the other one. Yes, it's about like 120 bhp more. Like, yes, this car's way more powerful. But like, the nice thing about this car is there's a lot more drama. It feels even like more planted, it feels better to drive. But the number one problem with this car is the fact that you can't daily drive it. Like, if you're doing 10-minute trips to the grocery, to the gym, like, this isn't the car for you, because the car doesn't heat up enough, quick enough.
Yeah.
So what that means is, one, you're basically like prematurely kind of killing your engine in a sense, because you're always driving it when it's cold, and it stops when it's cold, and you continue your journey again when it's cold. You end your journey when it's cold. So you're prematurely kind of like killing your engine. The maintenance costs are going to be high. And then the other point is basically with the other M3, yeah, that maintenance costs are even higher because the older car, more things are going to go wrong with it. But yeah, I would just feel badly about having 10-minute trips in this car. This would be a weekend car.
There's no way. Alright, I'm gonna cancel that point. There's no way you're driving this car for less than 10 minutes. You're driving this car. When you hop in this car, you're driving for an hour. Why? Because you're downshifting it like that, and it's rev matching, and it sounds ridiculous. Now, Mac's exhaust is not stuck. But this is.
And I would literally feel bad about starting this car.
I wouldn't.
Like, with my neighbours. I would genuinely feel so bad.
This sound. Oh.
The adrenaline rush.
It's too much. Oh my god.
Oh my god. This is just.
Is this the fastest you've gone? In it?
Yeah. It's just like snipping and sniding everywhere.
Alright, boys.
Gross. Just keep in mind it's raining now, yeah?
Yeah, I know. I got you. It was spinning.
We know what the car sounds like.
Oh my lord, Kaz.
What are your thoughts?
That's what I think about it. That's what I think about it.
Back to my point. If you're going in like, 15-20 minute trips, this isn't the car for you, because this car takes a very long time to warm up.
Like I said, there's no way anyone's getting in this car now driving it for 15 minutes. How do I explain? This car, there's no way on earth someone's getting in this car and only driving it through the corner. You're never driving. You're gonna pick the furthest corner shop from your house. Does that make sense? Every time you get in this car, you're picking the furthest thing away. Yeah, but if you're grabbing milk, you're going 4 miles, 8 miles, 10 miles down the road to grab milk.
Yeah, but how about if it's the only car that you have? And you're gonna have short trips. You're gonna have plenty of short trips.
There's ways to get around it. But look, let's be realistic. I'm kind of joking, okay? You are right. You can't start the engine cold, park it cold, stop it cold. It's just not going to work out, and it's going to cost you some fat bills at the end of the year. Yeah. when it comes to servicing your car. Touch wood, he hasn't. I don't think he's come into any issues with the car. I also think regarding the interior, it kind of looks. It hasn't changed since actually your car. This interior gives me the M240i vibe. It's got this, whatever this material is, I don't know what it is. It looks like it's been stitched into the plastic. It's like stitched carbon of some sort. The transmission, by the way, again, I'm a big manual guy. I love manuals. For an automatic car, this car just, it hits the spot, man. So yeah, guys, that's our review done. Now, we're gonna hop out the car and give you a flavour of which car we would personally have. Right, I know what I'm going to say. Yeah, we're just going to talk, just flow. Do you want to go first?
Wait, do you two know each other's answers yet?
No. No.
Yes, you know?
No.
Okay, we good.
Right.
And you might be surprised, or might not be surprised.
Cash, I told you what my verdict is, yeah, I can't.
And no hard feelings, yeah?
Yeah, we love both cars, yeah, like legit,
listen,
we love both cars.
If I had the choice, listen, if I had the full Albanian in me, you guys wouldn't see your cars anymore.
We'll have both cars.
This will be the last time you see them.
Right, okay. So guys, we completed our review. We've driven both cars, the E92, the E46. Now, I have my own opinion. If it was my own hard-earned money, which one I would rather buy. Grassona has his own opinion. We'll start with you. Okay, so what would you rather own and why?
Okay, I'll tell you this. I'll give you a small history of myself, yeah? I make bad money choices. I spend money when I shouldn't have, and I'm gonna stick to it. And I'd rather buy the E92 BMW, blow all my money into getting a new exhaust, like the one Mac has, even though it's an automatic, yeah. And I'm not a big fan of automatic cars. And if Mac bought this in a manual, they'll be hands down. I'd pick this. Yeah. But I would still pick it just because of the sound. Do you understand? I can't explain to you the sound. I hope I get it on video, and if we get a chance, the sound is insane. When Kaz was going full speed, I just saw cyclists running away in horror, and cars were swerving off the road to get out of the way of the BMW coming in. I do want to say though, the VJ's BMW, there is something so. It's so analog. It feels amazing to drive. It feels like the good old days. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. The manual, by the way, I can't get enough of the manual transmission. Every time you downshift it and you floor it, the sound as well, the raspiness. Oh my goodness. But yeah, still at the end of the day. So you pick the E92? If I had the choice, I'm picking two. I'm picking both of them. And I'm actually leaving yours in the dust. I'm not gonna lie.
Say no more. Kaz, let me drive your car.
You're letting me drive, but I would. If I had to pick, it'll be that.
All right. Cool. So, firstly, the E46, an amazing car. It still feels so nimble, so robust, so planted to the ground. And having all that power in a manual transmission is just amazing. Like, it felt, it's what was missing from my life. And the E92 is definitely an upgrade from the E46. So like, BMW had a right product roadmap of like building this car, the V8. Mac has done all the right things to make the exhaust note sound absolutely ridiculous. But when it comes down to it, I would rather put my money in the E46. And the reason for that is because I do a lot of short trips. So if I were to have one car in my life and I have to use it 24/7, I can't possibly have the E92 because The car will be cold start up. It'll be a 10-minute journey to the grocery store. The car's still cold. I'm prematurely sort of like degrading the car basically. I think it makes a perfect weekend car.
I need to cut you off there for 1 second. If anyone's getting in that car and they're grabbing milk, for example, they're going to the furthest corner shop possible. They're going to the one 10 miles away. They're finding not their local Tesco's, they're going to the one in North Finchley. Do you see what I mean?
You're going to spend a lot of money on petrol.
Like, I make financial decisions, I'm poor, yeah? But anyways, carry on.
But that's my opinion. And this car, I believe, is worth around 18K. This is, Mac bought for an amazing price from Scotland. I think it's worth like in the early 30s. I just feel like there's more bang for your buck, and I feel like I'm more engaged when driving this car. As I said to you previously, I've got an M-Lite car. The ZF 8-speed is a ridiculous transmission. You'd be a fool to forego that transmission. But when it comes to an actual M car, it's manual. It has to be a manual.
No.
Manual. If that wasn't manual though, I agree with his point. Like, I'm picking the E92 if it was a manual. But yeah guys, we hope you loved the video. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. And definitely subscribe to the channel. We have Kashif with us, who was amazing. He let us use his drone. So we have some like insane footages. We're putting so much resources into this channel to bring amazing content for you guys. So
also, just one little thing I want to add. I've been looking at YouTube analytics, and I know it's like, no joke, I think it's 80% of the people watching us are not subscribers. Please make sure you subscribe. 20% of our viewers are subscribed. We just need just hit the subscribe button.
Awesome. Yeah, hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Love you all, and we'll see you.
And drive Mac's car again, by the way.
Just steal it off him. Do you reckon we can put him in a dumpster?
Huh? Yeah.
He's a big guy though. Not again. No.
We'll talk. He told me the story, yeah?
Yeah.
Anyways, cheers guys.